That actually does kind of pivot real well into the last question I want to ask y'all. Cause yeah, I know we're running out of time here. Sorry for running a little bit late, y'all. Started a little bit late because someone's audio issues. But no, so before the last question, for each of you too. So it's how do you see martial arts or your martial arts experience influencing or impacting your future?
What was the last part? I couldn't hear you.
So saying how do you think your experience with martial arts is going to impact or influence your future? And it's kind of open ended, not just with fighting, but like just with life in general. Like, how do you think it's going to 5, 10 years down the road? How do you see it playing a part in the future?
I know for me, my whole plan is get the black belt, open up a gym. I know that's one of my goals is getting that black belt, opening up the gym and keep competing up until I'm in my 60s if possible. I got a late start to it, so my neck's not jacked up yet, my back's not jacked up, so I'll be able to do it for a minute. I started I think at 27, 26. So starting late, at least in jiu-jitsu, I'll be able to maintain myself for a minute, um, at least for me. So that's my end game: get that black belt, open up that school, and pass along my style.
I like that. Yeah, I definitely support that too. Would your gym be in Vegas potentially?
Yeah, if I'm still out here for sure. But I very much am have a plan of learning as I go along from different professors. I have three so far that I've learned from that have been able to get me my purple belt. I got two stripes underneath at purple from from Roberto and Raul Jimenez. So those guys are pretty good. Like Roberto right now, I think he's top 5 in the world in jiu-jitsu. So just keep learning from him in the school. So that's my whole game is learning from other professors and then making my own style out of it.
I like that. Yeah, I support it. Definitely wishing you the best on that too. Like whatever you've been doing up to this point has been working, so you just keep at it. You don't want to go
Uh,
next?
yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I mean, I think that's interesting because I'm in a process of opening a gym right now with my coach Marvin Eastman. MMA and Muay Thai gym will offer like jits and all of that as well. But that's really like the goal is ownership for me. And I got a skill set that I've had for 20 years. I worked on it my whole life. I feel I should get paid doing it. I love it. I enjoy it. So I think it'll be kind of a waste of my skill set to not help kids gain that mindset, not help even adults gain the mindset where they can defend themselves.
Yeah, I like that. I think that having that aspect too of both helping the adults and the kids, something that's going to be beneficial too. Because Chris kind of mentioned, we're never too old to either begin or continue that martial arts journey. And I know with Dave Mazzagati's dad, like he's been doing it for 30, 40 plus years too. So it's like, yeah, it's something that stays with us for eternity if we choose to. So I like that aspect. Dave M or Will, either one you want to go next?
Yeah, so from a 30,000 foot perspective, I'd like to see some friends of mine eventually open a gym. And, if it's a couple years down the road, then maybe I am running a kids class or something. I think that'd be cool. It's going to stay a hobby in terms of, it's a hobby now. It's going to stay a hobby. But if I was making money, I'd want to do it, at like a friend's gym or something like that. But in terms of like, the 10-foot view, just what I want my martial arts to do or end up being. Obviously, also chasing the black belt kind of deal. But one thing that I've been focused on recently, like with my guard work, right, when I'm on my back, is understanding when and in which direction I can take somebody if I need to sweep them. So like when you look at like spider guard, it can be very aggressive, and depending on where their weight is and where your hips are facing and stuff like that, really at any given time, you should be able to take them in at least one direction to hit the sweep. And so I've been having a lot of fun, like, mapping that out kind of thing. And so applying that same concept broadly, I want to like know that in every position. Like I want to know, like if I'm in top side control, I want to know every way that you know how to escape or that you can escape. I want to know every way to shut it down. If I'm in mount, I want to know every way you can possibly escape, and I want to know how to shut it down. And just like, apply it to every position in grappling. Like for my personal martial arts journey, like that's ultimately what I'm working towards, is like, I want to know everything.
I like that. One quick follow up on that. So knowing, since Chris has had kind of several professors kind of getting him up to this point, is that a route that you're following as well? Because you look, you're on a road towards perfection, and do you plan on staying with just like one instructor, or are you gonna have to like venture out and explore as well?
If I have a say in it, because anything can happen over the course of a decade or whatever, then I'll keep the 3 primary coaches I have now. I have Rich Castro, who has a black belt in Robert Follis, which is under Chris Howard, right? And he's my main grappling coach. Rich more and more is kind of getting away from the gi. So in the gi, I've got my good friend Bryce and my friend Pat. And, combined between the 2 of them, they've got 40 plus years of grappling experience, right? But both are very heavily focused on the gi in different ways. So my game is kind of an amalgamation of all 3 of them. And if I had a choice, I don't think I'd learn from anyone else. At least until after black belt kind of thing.
I kind of like that because you're kind of getting like the same benefits that Chris had, but just simultaneously. Like you have all 3 perspectives working with you kind of in tandem.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure even Chris's experience when he goes to a new gym, it's not like he's only ever learning from one person, But like for me, being at like a sort of mega gym, I ended up with 3 pretty distinct coaches who I learned different stuff from. Who I don't really like. For a little while, I went to a different gym after COVID. Not after, but once we opened the city back up, I was going someplace else, and like it was cool. The vibe was nice, but like I don't know, I didn't really care for. It's hard to describe. It's like you like learning from these particular people. Like I just kind of I don't know. I don't really want to learn from anybody else. Yeah.
Support. Well, Dave Maligatti, would you like to?
Yeah. So I'm not exactly like pursuing a future path in martial arts anymore. Like I like to train and mess around, on Saturdays with Darius, just like casual training here and there. But ultimately, like I'm going for business. I'm studying business entrepreneurship at UNLV, and I'm kind of eager to know like if I could apply my previous experience with martial arts and maybe like some of the philosophies that I learned in it to business, that would ultimately be great. Like back on what the other David said earlier about how you can take, it's not necessarily about what move is right or is wrong, but like it's about how you take a move or a position and use it for your body shape, whether you're Big Country or you're John Jones, and how you use your body shape and your size to your advantage against an opponent, whether short and stocky or tall and skinny. And every opponent is a unique situation that you have to like think about how to beat them, how to use your body against their body. And I mean, I think ultimately if I get to take those principles and apply that to working towards business, hopefully something will work out for me there.
Man, good luck to you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I would say good luck to all of y'all because like the thing is too is like being ambitious itself is like always good to have in like human nature. And it seems like we're all able to take something away from like our experiences as martial artists and seeing how it's going to apply to the future. So that's why I wanted to close with that question, because I'm always interested to kind of see, the lifelong martial artist, whether it's like physically training, if it's studying philosophies, like what's the next step going to be from here. And it seems like we all have like a good understanding of how we want to implement that in our lives. Yeah, so I like it.
And I think martial arts should be applied outside of the gym. I mean, whatever you do in life, you know, you're still a martial artist. And one of the things my coach Casey Housestead at 10th Planet says a lot, he says, be a black belt at everything that you do. And I totally agree with that. I think, like, you know, if you're a black belt in the gym or a blue belt or a purple belt or whatever your level is, you can still take what you're learning in those principles and disciplines, and you can apply that towards your career or being a good husband or being a parent. I mean, I think the lessons that you learn in the gym can be applied everywhere.
I 100% agree with that, actually. Yeah, it's actually a philosophy that I try to embrace in my everyday life, my everyday go-to. So I heavily agree with that, even from my own experiences. So with that being said, were there any last second questions, comments, or anything like that before you wrap it up?
One of the things that I want
interesting. Yeah, that was interesting how we got all different kind of viewpoints. You know, David being, you know, into MMA and pursuing a gym with, you know, Marvin Eastman, David from his Muay Thai career, and, you know, William and Darius, just you guys going through the path. There's it's some kind of, when William was talking about how it's still going to be a hobby for him, it brought me back to something my wife always tells me, you know, at certain points when I've trained where I don't get the level of competition that I need for that, for what I'm looking for, you know, and she's always like, well, there's people there that aren't there for the same goal. They're there it's a hobby or to get better in their own aspects. So it's interesting meeting someone also that sounds like they're really passionate about jiu-jitsu also, but is more there for the, you know, what you said, the social aspect and the hobby, you know, because gave me that other perspective. Because I know she's always told me there's people like that, but for me it was always that concept. I think I lean more towards the spike and you know, the spike and the flashy than the social aspect. I know for me, that's one of the things that was harder for me starting jiu-jitsu is I got in there. I was like, all right, I'm coming in here, I'm learning this, and it's become more of an obsession and getting back into competing. So knowing that there is people out there that view it differently, it's good for me to hear it, because there are times where I get frustrated when I go in the gym. I'm like, all right, there's nobody to compete against today. So it's really good to hear that, at least for me.
Dig it. Yeah, the thing that pushed me away from competing was I did one, and then I had to take like a week and a half off, man. I was so beat up. And then that's it. Like now I'm just sitting at home doing nothing, you know? Like I do everything I can to like not get hurt so I don't have to miss training. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. It's like such a weird thing to think about too. Like, yeah, I want to train as much as I can because I want to be as good as possible. And then like all the arguments about competing, whatever the people throw out, it makes you better, all that stuff. But it's like, no, dude, like also I got hurt though. Like it also hurts you. Like I don't want to take the time off. So I don't know. It's a weird place to be in, but I'm happy to provide the perspective. So
even introducing OER, I think that's gonna contribute to like the community. Because, you know, Ollie knew me through different kind of walks through life, and you know, clearly you guys are all my good friends. And David also my cousin on top of it, so he gets two bonuses. But it's like, yeah, did the community aspect of martial arts, I love it. And like, whether it's like me and Dave, like talking about the fights, talking about previous fights and training, me and Will actually going to watch like UFC fights and just kind of having our picks and stuff. Yeah, it's definitely a community. And I think it's going to keep growing as a community, especially as MMA becomes more and more mainstream. So me personally, yeah, I love it. And I love to kind of have like all you as like friends and fam that are also involved with it as well. And like I said, David Jordan, the one that actually introduced me to training it. If not, I would have just been in the stands or watching the pay-per-views. But, you know, thanks to him, I was able to kind of get this walk of life and, you know, pick up the gloves, put on the gi, and then start working from there.
Man, and I think it's dope, bro. Like, I think we all should link up. We all live in Vegas. Yeah, I mean, and I got mad love for Darius. He'll be like a glue guy on this, but you know, I mean, if you guys ever want to link up, train a little bit, whatever, you know, share perspectives on martial arts, or maybe whatever the case is. I'm a busy guy. I know y'all are too, but man, just let them know, bro. I'm down to come out. I'm a down to earth guy. Even for like Will, you over there at Extreme Couture, I probably fought some of your friends before, bro. I fought a million guys from Couture, but
Yeah.
It's all love. Like I go out, I fight. I'm going out there trying to have fun. It's not really like no crazy stuff. And y'all like a rival gymnast syndicate almost, but to me, it's all love. I don't have like ill feelings for somebody at a different gym. So anytime y'all want to like get out and train or whatever, bro, let me know. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm for that. Like, I'll definitely give y'all like a formal intro on like IG and stuff too. But yeah, I'm glad y'all were able to meet here.
Yeah, if any of you guys want to come over tomorrow, I think, what did we agree on, 6 p.m.?
Yeah, 6 o'clock
Serious?
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 o'clock tomorrow. If any of you guys want to come and just do some pad work and bag work with us, practice some drills, y'all are welcome to come over.
Sure.
For sure, bro.
Yeah, I'll definitely show, like, I'll send y'all out the address and we can all link up tomorrow if y'all want or if y'all free. For sure.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll come out, bro.
Just got off the clock, just got on my chill. Called on my homie Brent to see what be the deal. What you trying to do? I'm just trying to heal. Hella floated, never bloated's what I'm trying to feel. Hop in the whip and